How are you? Thank you. What is today? Thursday. Like I said, I always lose track of the date. Thursday, Dumaguete, Philippines. Time to get my groove going here. Uh, Full speed ahead. Ready for my daily walk. Being thankful and appreciative of everything, all my blessings here in Dumaguete, Philippines. Little clouds, little overcast. I don't think it's no rain. Looks like it could rain, but it's all right now. It's not too bad. Ugh. Hey, Chief, how are you, my friend? First in the house. Welcome, Chief. At least you're the first one that said you were here. But how you doing, Chief? Hope all is well. You know me. Time for a walk. It's not bad today. Like I was saying when I first started, a little bit of clouds, a little bit of overcast. Sun's kind of peeking through, but breezy. Doesn't feel bad. But it's not bad. Like I said, I'm always happy and thankful regardless of the weather. And Dumaguete just seems to not always get so much rain. Seems like it's always good enough every day. I walk 2 miles a day. Yes, you've been mentioning that to me, Chief. I'm very, that's awesome to hear. Again, step by step. That's how I approach life. One step at a time, step by step. Can't go wrong with that. Little by little. Makes you feel better, in my opinion. You know me. I just live for it. I live to walk. I walk to live, I guess is the best way to put it. But it's like, it's your typical Thursday here in the Philippines. Like I said, usually the cloudier it is, if people aren't working, it brings more people out here to the boulevard. But it's not bad. It's just nice. Not as breezy as yesterday. Yesterday felt really good. But it's not bad. Hello, your little friend. Welcome, your little friend. Anybody's here in my live stream before I get really rolling, my name's Michael. I'm from the United States. Lived in Pennsylvania the majority of my life. And all but 2 years I lived in Florida. Now I'm living abroad here in the Philippines. And I absolutely love it. I'm happy every day. And I integrated my walks into my live stream for my channel just to share what I see when I'm walking around. I do this every day. I'm very religious when it comes to walking. Very disciplined, very loyal to my walks. Hey, if I want to live the healthiest life possible, I believe exercise is very important, is a key in all that, as well as what you eat, what you consume. David says, just stopped in to wish you a good day. David, how are you doing, my friend? Glad you're here. Kind of weird not seeing you in the green. That's why I didn't notice right away. But I appreciate you being here, David. I'm glad you're here somewhere. I'm just glad you're checking in with everybody. Now I can breathe a little easier, sleep a little easier, knowing that you're okay. So thank you, David. I really appreciate it. No one is nobody. How are the ladies over there? Well, no one is nobody in my opinion. The ladies are beautiful and super nice. That's one man's opinion. I'm sure you know other people that might have the same opinion as well, but that's what I think. That's what I see. And they're super nice here. People in Dumaguete, Philippines are very welcoming. And yeah, I'm happy. Michael Hunter's here. Stone Cold's here. Kissing the Dream's here. Are you Ray-Ban glasses prescription? Yes, Kissing the Dream. They're the, what they call them, progressive lenses, whatever. They do transition. But Ray-Bans, they're more for reading glasses, but I can't handle, I just didn't like the, like reading glasses. You have to take them on and off because you can't see. Well, these, I can read, see ahead, progressive, they work amazing. I'm a fan of Ray-Ban glasses, always have been, like the way they feel on my face. So yeah, they're Ray-Bans, progressive. Transition the tin a little bit. Yeah, they're basically like sunglasses, but then I can read and see what you guys are saying. But anyway, enough of my face. Chief says, Stone Cold, hello friend. Michael Hunter, good evening. David, I'll be in green again tomorrow. All right, David, again, I'm glad you're here. A Farm Man says hi. Chiefs, Kisner Dream says, I see those vehicles. Some are expensive, like that van. They must make good money. Which van? Unless you're talking about that bus. But everybody's like kind of looking when I'm swinging around. You mean this one here? Ricky Wallace, or Rick. I don't know why I was calling you Ricky Wallace, but Rick Wallace is here. Hello, Michael. Thank you for being here, Rick. I appreciate you. Again, each and every one of you guys that shows up for my daily walks, as well as the new people, blessed, thankful, and I enjoy this. But yeah, let's see what's going on in Dumaguete City. Joseph says, what is your cost of living there? Everybody's cost of living is subjective, different, depending on their lifestyle, their tastes. Apartments are significantly, rentals for apartments and homes are significantly cheaper here than, say, I compare it to the United States. That's all I can compare it to. I have just to give you a little example, I have a studio apartment. Not very big, which is fine by me. I'm not here to live in my apartment. I'm here to just be out and explore and embrace the culture. But it's 24,000 pesos a month, which is equivalent to roughly around $405 now. The exchange rate is very good here in the Philippines. It's last I looked was 59.1 something this morning pesos to the dollar. So it's doing really good right now. So yeah, and that $405 apartment, it's like a double bed, fully furnished. Keep that in mind, fully furnished. You can get an unfurnished apartment here, but that's just too much work for me, especially if you have to move. I don't want an unfurnished apartment. That includes a swimming pool on site. That includes a gym on site. Very, very good security. There's a lot of good security everywhere here. I should emphasize that. It's not just at my apartment. There's good security everywhere. As you can see when I go by these stores, like here, Unitop, security guard in the door. They have security everywhere. Banks, you name it, which, you know, it's good. Plus it, you know, creates jobs, gives people opportunities to work and make money. And they're great people as well. Wi-Fi is included in my rent, before I forget. That's roughly probably between 1,500 and 2,000 pesos. So you include that in the 24,000. It's good. I don't pay any association dues stuff, just water and electric. Water can run in 400 pesos now. When I say pesos, it's Philippine pesos, not like sometimes people look up pesos and they're finding they're finding Mexican pesos or something like that. You gotta be with Philippine pesos for sure. Hey, I'm out and about, my friend. Nice to say hi to everybody. You're on live. Yeah, I'm doing my vlog. All right, thank you very much. See you later, my friend. But yeah, I think it's a great deal. And again, I'm fortunate and blessed to be living on my pension. I'm 55. Like, I always flip to me when I'm like, I'm 55 years old. As of April 6th, I'm currently living on my pension, which I'm thankful I have, and savings. That's it. Obviously, no Social Security. So the money that I have coming into me, if I was in the U.S., I'd have to work. That's not enough money in the U.S. It's not even close enough. Oh, wait, somebody's coming back to the...
When you finish, come down the butt first. I want to chat to you about something.
All right, talk to you later, my friend. Thank you.
I'll probably be an hour.
Yeah. Anyway, that was a friend of mine. Very good, nice guy. But let me get the camera. So anyway, yeah, I wouldn't be able to do what I'm doing right now on my current financial income in the States. I wouldn't be able to do it. And I didn't just come here because of that. That's just like an added bonus. I'm a warm weather guy. Um, Obviously, I'm embracing the culture here. That's a lot of fun, something different. And man, I could go on and on about the Philippines. I love it here. I mean, that's the easiest, quickest way to sum that up. I love it here. The people are great, always super nice to me. And when I say everybody, from just the locals to the security guards to the workers to everybody, you treat them nice, you respect them, as you should anybody. But the welcoming feeling that I get here in the Philippines is unmatched to anything I've ever felt in my life. And I'm not kidding. Facts. Do a ding ding dong ditch. I don't know what that is. How do you go about permanent residency? I'm never going to be like a permanent resident here. I guess the only thing would ever happen is if you marry, like for instance, if I married a Filipina, you get some special perks, you know, being married to a Filipina, but I'm perfectly fine for now being on my tourist visa, which I renew every 2 months. You can be in the Philippines up to 3 years until you basically have to leave the country. And then you can come back. And then that cycle starts all over again to 3 years. So that's really nice. Hello, Bellis. I see you, Bellis. Let me look. I see Ryan here. Paula Bennett, how did you go about? Okay, Brian. I personally wouldn't spend more than 10 grand for a place. Yeah, I mean, oh, you mean rentals? I mean, yeah, you can find good rentals for even 10. It's up to you. Like, I'm in a good situation. I like where I'm at. I stayed there before. The other place I stayed at only cost me 13,650 pesos, which was in Banilad. It was a nice place. It wasn't bad. How you doing? It wasn't perfect, but I enjoyed it. Good people that lived in the community there. I just went with something that I could get right away and I was comfortable with, because I was living in Bacolod and then came back to Dumaguete just because I preferred it here more. Hold on, I need to go to the bottom. Niels Christensen's here, says hello. Music Disc says hi from Maldives. Matthew says hi again. Matthew Chang. Joy Valdez, hello, good afternoon, and enjoy the Philippines, sir. Thank you, Joy. I always do. I love it here. Knock on a door and run. No, I'm not going to knock on a door and run. That'd be something maybe I'd do in the States, but I wouldn't do it here. Diane says, looks quiet, peaceful, and friendly. It is. And this is just where the public market is. I kind of zigzag all over the city when I'm doing my daily walks. Normally, when I would walk without doing a live stream, I'd probably have more direct paths that I would follow. Here, I kind of go here, there, everywhere, just so everybody can see the daily life of people in the Dumaguete, Philippines. Matthew says, how much is 15 in US dollars? $20 is around 1,000 pesos. No, I think it's more than $20. Oh wait, let me think. $33.37 was 1,907. So you might be right. You might be close. That might be right. My apologies, Ricky. Sometimes I'm a little off thinking in the top of my head. I don't even really think about USD anymore. I'm like, so in peso, like 300 pesos is usually between $5 and $6. So yeah, I don't remember. Matthew said, no, I meant what your rent is. Hold on, Matthew. I'm trying to go back to what you're saying. How much is 15 in US dollar? You mean 15,000 pesos? Like I said, 24,000 pesos is like $400. 405 currently. Neil says, kissing the dream, you're pretty quick on the timeout button. Yeah, usually Neil's is pretty quick to the trigger too. And I appreciate that. Planet Earth says, go buy some mangosteen. I think I've had mangosteen before. Best fruit ever. Usually on my walks, I get a chopped open coconut and I get some coconut water. Plasma Zombie said, do they eat their fries with mayonnaise? I don't really go to McDonald's, or I don't know what I mean, I've seen people use ketchup here. I don't know about mayo. I'm sure there's somebody out there that uses mayo. Expos, UB, Michael already been living in the Philippines for like 15 months plus. Yeah, you're exactly right. About 15 months plus. Hello, hi. I don't know about anything. Spectrum Rob, I don't know anything about that. I'm not involved in anything like that, so I couldn't answer that question. Joy Valdez says different places have different rents. Exactly. It just depends. And if you shop around well enough, you can find good deals on places just as nice as mine, a lot less. Now, I don't know if you have a pool, but in some cases there are. I'm more like in a resortish studio condominium building, so it's not very private, I guess you could say, as far as the location. Which part of the country? In Dumaguete, Philippines, Wayne Pendoja, Dumaguete, Philippines. That's where I'm at. Stone Cold says some people repeat a question, not waiting for host to navigate up. It's all right, Stone Cold. Like I said, I've learned I can only watch and walk and keep up with so many. And if any of you guys know the answer or what I probably would give, it's no problem with you chiming in. That definitely helps. Chief says insert name. Hello, that's Brian. There he is. Afternoon, everyone. Hello, Brian. Saw you earlier. Welcome to my live stream. I appreciate it. Matthew says, thank you for showing us around. This is beautiful. Yeah, fun, man. Like I said, I do this every day, and it never gets old. It doesn't get boring. That's not to say it couldn't, but for now, I spent 54 years of my life in the U.S. I got bored after 54 years. Here, if it takes another 54 years and I lived over 100, which I doubt, but I'm just making a comparison. I think it's going to take me a long time to get bored here. I love it here. Wendy's or Burger King. If I had to choose between Wendy's or Burger King, although I don't really eat either, that's a pretty close. Those are the two I prefer. Burger King or Wendy's, I really flip a coin for me. I think I like to enjoy the taste of the burger meat compared to other things. I'm not like the biggest fan. Paul Bennett says, technically you can come to the USA and collect it and come back to the Philippines. I'm not sure exactly what you're referencing there because I probably missed it, but why Dumaguete? That place doesn't look that bad. There are places that are a lot worse. Yeah, I know. A lot of people like to call it Dumaguete too. Again, no place is perfect. This is the Philippines. I respect their culture. I appreciate it. And I don't try to infringe like my upbringing in the U.S. here in the Philippines. I want the Philippines to stay the Philippines. I don't want it to become westernized. Whether or not that happens, that's out of my control. We were just talking about this yesterday. Maybe, I don't know, maybe 10 years from now, I might be complaining and, saying how much this reminds me of home. But I mean, no place is perfect, even in the States. There's a lot of things we can nitpick about, but here I'm just simply happier. And like I said, people refer to Dumaguete as Dramaguete. I don't have any drama, but I don't welcome any drama either. And quite honestly, the majority of the drama that I ever hear about or see, which I separate myself from, is amongst foreigners. I don't hear about, I'm not saying there's no drama within Philippine families. I'm sure everybody has discussions and things happen but I'll be honest with you, I think I notice more drama from the foreigners here than I notice from the locals. That's just my opinion. Det says hello. Good thing there's very friendly and yeah, I love it here. Like I said, is there always the occasional one guy that maybe or one woman that's just not happy? Of course. But overall, all things considered, people are happier here than I ever imagined was possible. I just didn't expect this. And I think that's the best part about waking up every day, because I know I'm going to have a good day. I know I'm going to go out there. I'm going to meet new people, even if it's simply to say hello. I enjoy this. And this is just my everyday life. And then when financially, situation occurs that I can take a trip, then I go away and I do something. But for now, I'm perfectly content just living my life, exercising, warm weather every day. Now, like I said, it's a little cloudy today, which majority of the time is sunny here. I don't mind I don't have to be on a vacation. To me, just living my everyday life here, I'm on a vacation already. I get up, you know, thank God that I can wake up every day and I go, hey, hello. See that? You get people that just want to be a part of the vlog. I love it. But again, you know, I know I'm going to do my walking daily, regardless of live stream, YouTube or not. I know I'm going to go have coffee. I know I'm going to go meet a new foreigner somewhere or a new local somewhere. I'm just happy. And then I got the ocean to look at and walk by every day. And obviously the cost of living here allows me to be here. That's why. That's another bonus. If I were still in the US, hello, I'd still be working. That's just a fact. I'd still be working. Joy Valdez says, people here always saying, hey, bro, with a smile. Yeah, hey, how are you? All the time. I mean, you know, for the most part, everybody enjoys saying hello. I'm kind of stuck here. I'll wait till this guy goes through. But he made it. Lori says, good job at walking. Yeah, I love it. I don't get tired. And I know that sounds like maybe I'm full of crap. Anybody that knows me here, that knows me, I just, like, the more I walk, the more energy I get. You know, I walked a lot in the States, but I wasn't as energized as I am here just because I'm walking the streets and different culture and just saying hi to people and stuff like that. You know, it's fun. Hello, guys. How are you? Thank you. And see, that's what I'm talking about. Hello, how are you? That's what I mean. Like, people, they're nice. They're so friendly. And people say, oh, it's only just because you're a foreigner. No, they're just nice people. Do they get a little excited maybe because I'm a foreigner? Maybe. But again, that's a good thing too. They're happy that I'm here visiting their country. They're happy that, you know, they're so welcoming here. Jerry Ingle says, I went to Angeles City in 76 and 77 and loved it. That's how I feel. I wish I could get everywhere. This is something they're putting in. I don't know if it's going to be an apartment building, but it is pink. Pretty in pink. How much do you need to live there in a month? Coffee, oh, will. In my opinion, this is strictly my opinion. For me, how much would I need? That mean that's how much you would be happy with. But for me, technically, I'd be perfectly fine. And I know what I spend. My budget has some wiggle room, but I know what I can spend. You can be happy as a single guy here, even if you did have a girlfriend, probably $1,200. Fortune's here, he'll let you know too. Some people say, well, how far would $2,000, how much would 2,000 take you? You'd be fine with 2,000. Michael Hunter sent a little thing, one of those New Year's Eve gifts. Thank you, Michael. I'm sorry if I didn't see it right away until now, but I appreciate that. And Niels could even, like, a lot of people could come. $100 is about 5,700 pesos. Yeah, there you go. Again, my rent is only $405 a month. Everything else goes, and the majority of the food that I eat, we cook at home. I cooked at home when I lived in the States. So I don't need to be wined and dined all the time. It's nice once in a while, but quite honestly, I can cook. My girlfriend can cook. You can make better food at home. Plus, it's just better quality food. You're budgeting your money better, which will give me hopefully opportunities to, you know, do more traveling. But when the time comes, yeah, we could go away right now, but I don't want to. There's certain things I want to do in the future that I just got to budget a little more. I don't want to spend a bunch and then be like, oh no, and then, you know, I just don't want to put myself in that situation. The more I watch you, Kissing a Dream says, the more I watch you walk, I think I'm losing weight. You can join me in those walks. How much is a hotel, Matthew Reed says? Again, depending on how extravagant of a hotel you need, they're significantly cheaper here. The same hotel, let's just say, for instance, the one I like. It's called DCCCO Hotel. has a rooftop swimming pool and a buffet breakfast. Last time I was there, it was like $35 a night. Rooftop pool, brand new hotel, nice rooms, nice showers, nicest, you know, it's nice. And like I said, buffet breakfast goes from 6 o'clock in the morning till 10 a.m. in the morning. You could sit there for four hours and eat as much as you wanted, I think. I don't think they'd kick you out. But like I said, I go with what I know and convenience. And I've stayed in some cheaper hotels, maybe like down in the 20s. But you can always find something, but then you just got to eliminate certain things. No swimming pool, maybe no buffet breakfast, stuff like that. Isle Hikes 6835 says, new to the channel, do you have to return yearly to the U.S. for tax purposes? No, I don't have to return. I have somebody in the U.S. that basically I'm going to communicate with, and she's going to basically, I'll exchange email, digital documents, or whatever I got to do, and she'll take care of my taxes in the States, and then I'll basically pay her. She'll take care of things, and then let me know, do I owe anything, and then, you know, I'll pay my fee to her. And no, I talked to her about that when I decided that I was going to live here more full time. So, no, but that's a good question. As far as I know, you don't have to return home. Plus, I even think there's a thing here when you live in the Philippines, if you're from the U.S., like you can ask for like an extension on paying your taxes instead of the April something day, April 15th or whatever the date is. You can actually file for an extension with no penalty if you're living abroad. I don't know much about that because I went home like March of 2025, so I did my taxes at home. And then she had mentioned to me, my tax person, you can file for some sort of extension. Pay it in June or something like that. I don't know exactly the date, but at least I'm aware that there's something like that in place. Kiss a Dream says, or Jason Effect is here. Chief says, hi, you doing visa runs. There's 900 pesos, new pool, just shower, AC with free Wi-Fi. There you go. And like I said, you're right, Joy. It comes down, Joy Valdez, it comes down to what your taste is. But again, you can find some really nice, call them hidden gems in the Philippines. You just have to look around. You have to go you go to Facebook Marketplace for apartments, a lot of stuff on Facebook Marketplace. There's not really a lot of rental signs hanging all over the place, but you can find them. You just have to look around. And at the time that I got the apartment I'm at right now, I had been in a hotel for a month. I came back from Bacolod, so technically I was wasting money. Although the hotels are significantly cheaper here, I was wasting money. Mr. Julio Valente says, more malls, different restaurants, and good services. Louis says, my Dumaguete guy. Yeah, I'm trying. I'm still a newbie here, though. I haven't been here that long, but I appreciate the compliment, calling me your Dumaguete guy. There's a lot of other people that know a hell of a lot more than me too. So you're just getting the perspective from a newbie, a little over a year. Although that might seem like a while, it's not that long actually. Fortune says, good afternoon, Michael. Now there's the guy. Fortune is like, he's the left-hand man for a lot of people. We call him Master Fortune. Lots of years here in the Philippines. He knows a lot, and if he doesn't know it, which would be a shock, he'll find out. He's a good guy, very supportive of my channel, and I'm blessed and thankful that I have him in my channel for the tough questions that, unfortunately, I just can't answer. I can't answer all of them. Joy said, have you visited Davao yet? No, I haven't visited Davao, but I thought Davao City looked very interesting. Place to go visit. But no, there's a lot of places I haven't been, Joy. This is, well, I'll step up. This is Lee Plaza, if you can see. This is like, normally this is crazy through here. Even though it seems somewhat busy, normally it's a lot busier. Dude on Roll said, Michael, did you forget you promised that you live stream with Che, or why isn't that happening? Dude, basically I want to make that a video, not a live stream. I want to make that a video for my apartment. So no, I didn't forget. I appreciate the reminder, dude. I'm not gonna leave you guys hanging. I said that to Che this morning. We need to do the video for the apartment. It won't be a long video. It'll actually be short, but yet informative. But no, I haven't forgotten, dude. But yeah, there's the Robinson supermarket. You got Dunkin', you got a pharmacy, you got Goldilocks. 1,000 per month is good enough in Duma. If 2,000, that would be a little luxurious. Thank you, Fortune. So anybody that always, you know, and it's a great question to ask as far as how much money is necessary. Literally $2,000. If you're like, I don't even know how to describe it. 2,000 is more than enough. I don't spend that much. If that tells you anything. In my budget, it's definitely not that much. Oh, hey, thank you, Chief. Chief, you are... Coffee later, Chief. I appreciate that a lot. Chief, you're another great guy. You've been here all along the way. I appreciate you, plus everybody else that comes along the way. Your donations are humbling. I don't expect it, ever. I'm just very thankful. Humbled all the time that you do that, as well as everybody else. Hold on, I gotta flip this, because you guys don't need to... Oh, hey, say it again, say hi. See, she said hi and I missed her because I didn't have the screen flipped. Hey! Hey! How are you? Give me a fist bump. Thank you. Have a good day. Thank you. See how nice people are here? They're absolutely amazing. So nice. Ricky Roll says 15 hours ahead of Chicago. David Golden Eagle says, like this, I'm married to a Filipino for 21 years. We retired full time. And that's awesome. Fortune, of course, not as great in the U.S., so you have your all about health. Thank you, David. We'll pop in more often. I appreciate that, David. Just saying hello means a lot to me. Like I said, I just do my walks here through Dumaguete, show everybody the sights and sounds. I'd already be walking. This isn't me going out of my way to do anything other than share you what I see. I'll cut up this way and go down another way, but Lynn Angel says, hello, Michael. Good to see you out going. Where's Che? Che, she got up early at 5 a.m. this morning, believe it or not. I think part of her New Year's resolution is her dedication to health and fitness. And that's good anyway. She's young enough. She should be doing a lot more fitness, in my opinion. So she met a friend of hers around 5 a.m. this morning, and they went down to the boulevard, which I've showed you, and they were doing laps and walking around the boulevard. It's a perfect place to go walking. She did that. She got some coconut water. She got some coconut water. Yeah, it was like, yeah, she had a good morning. So I think she's a little tired because she was up. Hello, because she was up this morning. So yeah. David says, we waiting on massage lady. I don't know if I could show you any massage ladies, if that's what you're asking. But there's plenty of those places here. Like good, wholesome massage places. Any of the extracurricular stuff, I don't really know about. But David says no. Stone Cold says 370, please like. That's amazing. I would never ever think I'd have that many people ever in my live streams. I'm just glad to share it, and everything I get in this life, I owe it to one person up in the sky. For me, that's where I owe it to. I give him all the glory because he's showing me everything so much. Philippines has been a blessing. I love it here. Williams sent a high five. Thank you, Williams. I appreciate you being here. William D5154. Miss Julio Valente says, amen. Baby Japak says, are you in Texas? I guess you could think the Star, if Lone Star were here, maybe Lone Star, a friend of mine, he'd think he was in Texas, but no, Dumaguete, Philippines. But that's funny. It does, yeah, you think Star, you think Texas. Kissing a Dream says, if you're loving what you see, please like and subscribe, or at least like. Michael is very appreciative. Yeah, I'm thankful and blessed. Again, I don't show my face that much because that's not important. I want you guys to see what I see. But again, my name's Michael, from the United States, 55 years old. Grew up in Pennsylvania my whole life, with the exception of 2 years I did live in Florida. Prefer the warm weather, that's why I'm here. If I was still living in the States, I'd still be working, simple as that. But I'm thankful and blessed that I can live out my life and be happy here. And it's great because the people, number one, people, culture, that's the best thing about the Philippines. I love the people. They're so nice, so happy, with less, quite honestly. I didn't know what to expect when I came to the Philippines. And like I said, the smiles and the welcomingness and holding their hand out, fist bumps, shaking your hand, saying hello, everything, hi. Everything's absolutely amazing, breathtaking, undescribable. Until you're here, they say boots on the ground, for real, in person, you're going to be shocked. But again, the Philippines isn't for everybody. Some people, hey, how are you, sir? Some people might not like, hey, hello, how are you? Thank you. Some people might not like it here, and that's okay. Philippines isn't for everybody, but it's for me. I know that. And I don't act, I don't put on a show or anything. I just take you around everywhere I go and show you, hey, how are you, my friend? I just show everything. I just embrace the culture, get involved in it all, and just take it all in every day. That's why these walks don't get boring. I never run out of meeting new people either. It's amazing. Fortune, again, will probably have to educate me on the latest update population of Dumaguete, and I don't know if that does or doesn't include foreigners, but it's just, I don't know how to explain it. See, there's more foreigners there, they're visiting. Like I said, Dumaguete, sometimes people say there's too many foreigners here. You know what? I don't really care. They don't bother me. They want to live life too. They're excited. They want to enjoy, they see what I saw, and then they took a leap of faith and they came here. So good for them. I meet some incredible foreigners here from all over the world. And obviously the locals are amazing. I mean, I have more local friends than I do foreigners, but guys, please drop a like, dude, on a roll. Thank you very much, dude. You're the best. And again, I didn't forget about the apartment video. I didn't forget. Maybe I can go down this street and up the other one, because I don't know if I've ever walked up this street before, but I'm going to show you anyway. How long will 320K last? Oh my gosh. Fortune, you may have to answer that. How long will $320,000 last if you budgeted smart? And see, here's another thing I'm going to just share about myself. When I came here as a foreigner who was materialistic, okay? Working the grind in the US, what did I do? Make money, spend money, make money, spend money. And then all this junk, and well, I call it junk. I shouldn't say that, but to me, unnecessary stuff. Piled up. Thank you. How are you, sir? And it just piled up. And then that was my life. For me, temporary happiness, buying a bunch of crap. And then all of a sudden, when I did go to sell my house, and I'm getting rid of all this stuff that's been in boxes, boxed up in the basement, some things with monetary value. But I said to myself, like, Michael, what in the world have you been doing all these years? I've been just spending money just to get myself, for me, I'm not saying everybody, temporary happiness. Buy something new, it lasts a week, and then right out the door. Fortune says, if you like Pinoy food, $10 per day, food budget is already more than enough. Exactly. He's exactly right. Spot on money. Yep. And it's like I tell people, just stop. If you can let go of your materialistic lifestyle, which I was a product of my environment. That's what I knew. Getting up, buying stuff, growing the economy, just buying, buying, buying. Here, I could care less. Other than the basic essentials here, I don't need anything else. I really don't. Because I have the one thing that money can't buy, and that's happiness. But that's just my opinion. No, I never thought in a million years I'd be happy in Dumaguete, Philippines, or anywhere in the Philippines. But once you get a taste of it, and if it's for you, it's truly meant for you, I don't think you'll ever want to go back. And when I originally came to the Philippines, I was only supposed to be here for 2 months. 2 months. That was July of 2024. I liked it so much, I remember being in a gym, working out with a friend of mine who I'm gonna shout him out because I always do. His name's Corey from It's Me. If you're not a subscriber to Corey, his channel is It's Me. He's the one that basically guided me all along the process to get me here to the Philippines. He never let me talk myself out of it. But anyway, we're at the gym, and I'm probably within a couple weeks of going back, where I had to go back. I had a return ticket. I said to Corey, I don't want to go back. And he said, what you're saying is not unfamiliar. He said, but if you can afford to stay and you can make it work, then do it. Then do it. And that's what I did. I stayed. I didn't go back. Melting Pot right here. This is one of my favorite places to go eat. Right there. Melting Pot. Sushi, chicken teriyaki, chicken katsu burger. Very inexpensive. It's not much at all. But I can show you that. I'm going to go down here because I'm close. There's a hotel. The DCC, because I've stayed there. DCCCO. Dumaguete City something something. I can't even remember what the heck it means, but I'm going to show you the hotel. At least walk by it. Natalie says I wouldn't live there, no way. I mean, that's all right, Natalie. That's fine. Like I said, it's not for everybody. There's other islands you can live, more in the province, less of the, I don't know. I don't consider Dumaguete a city. It's more, how you doing, guys? It's more like a city, or more like a town to me, and less like a city. You don't have all the high-rise buildings and stuff like that. Yeah, see, shadow band, you're exactly right. Just the expense to keep up in the USA is exhausting. It is exhausting. I don't know what your age is. I mean, I'm 55, but just I mean, for me, listen, tomorrow is not promised. I say this all the time. Tomorrow's not promised. Just because I exercise a lot and eat a lot healthy and this and that and don't drink, don't smoke, that doesn't mean tomorrow I can't wake up with something, you know, an issue. But you know what? Tomorrow's not promised, and I'm not waiting until whatever these people, oh, you need to work till you're 65 and all this in the US, and then maybe if you can even stop at 65 to survive and live. I was like, once I learned financially about here, on top of the fact that I love tropical islands and just 80 to 90 degree weather all year round. This is the hotel. This is the hotel. How you doing, sir? This is the hotel that I stayed at, DCCO. That's the one that has a rooftop pool, the buffet breakfast, but I've stayed there several times for quite a long time. You can't see the pool, but the pool is right up there in the corner. That's the pool. Two can do 1,200 shadow, but I calculated, say 2,000 for you. That's luxurious already. Yeah, 2 people, $1,200, you're fine. Again, just be smart. Certainly I don't need a lot of clothes. I have like 10 to 12 different t-shirts, 2 pairs of sneakers, 1 pair of flip-flops, underwear, socks, the basic stuff, but I don't have a ton of stuff. I don't want a lot. Why? You know, you don't need all that stuff. Plus, in the U.S. where I lived in Pennsylvania, I had to buy, how you doing, guys? I had to buy clothes for, obviously, 4 seasons, where here, hey, thank you. Here I only need to, like, you know, 1 season. Shorts, t-shirts, sneakers. That's it. I have employees from the Philippines who earn 500 USD per month each, and they're living well and much above the median. There you go. Great comment, great intel, great information. Veleker, sorry if I'm saying that wrong. Velikor 9667. Very good. I love that. Great Ricky, who said Pittsburgh? I saw something about Pittsburgh and I missed it. Matt says he lived in Pittsburgh. Yeah, I'm born and raised in Altoona the majority of my life. My current address is Mechanicsburg, Pennsylvania. That's my parents' house. So that would be my current address. Ricky Rold says, first thing I noticed in Cebu, the power and cable lines. What am I? Yeah, like I'm just used to it now. I mean, yeah, knowing what we know and what we're used to, most power lines are under the ground. Here, I remember when my father, I was talking to him FaceTime, and he saw the power lines, and he said, what is that? He said, it looks like spaghetti or something. And I said, yeah, it's the power lines. And he goes, that can't be safe. But again, I don't know the issues or the statistics on problems they have with something like that. But it somehow works. Maybe some of that excess wire up there shouldn't even be there and it's not even being used. I'm not sure. But yeah, I'm just used to it, but I know what you mean. Dude on Roll said, guys, please drop a like. Kissing the Dream said, Dimples, it's America. I brought groceries and filled a truck, $220. Wait, is that my other, wait, Dimples. Yeah, it's Dimples No Tooth. Hello, Dimples No Tooth. Sorry I missed you. Fun Day Kid says, talk about prices, food costs, fuel costs, beer costs, weed. Holy crap. Weed is illegal, I can answer that. I don't know what beer costs because I don't buy beer, I don't drink. My apartment is 24,000 pesos, which is equivalent to $405. Wi-Fi included, double bed, it's fully furnished, swimming pool on site, security guards everywhere, gym on site. That's a quick answer in a nutshell. Fuel, when I go by this gas station, I'll tell you, at least I guess what the price is accurate. I don't need to get fuel because I don't own a motorbike. I don't own any, I don't car, motorbike. Where is the gas? I'm going right here. Where is the updated prices, if I see any? There you go. Diesel says 52. Hey, how are you? How are you, my friend? Wish you all the best too. Yeah, they wanted to know the prices of gas. All right, so there you go. Diesel. There you go. That's per kilo, or liter, per liter, right? There, liter. Thank you. Thank you very much. Ricky ruled Altoona Railroad. Yeah, my father worked for Conrail all his life and converted to Norfolk Southern. So yes, Ricky rolled. That's my father. Okay, $1,200 a month for two is comfy. Yeah, shadow band. Like I said, it all depends on the person. I mean, I don't need a luxurious apartment. I just need something that's livable, shower, aircon when I sleep, kitchen to make my food and get the heck out and just go out. I'm not a homebody. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that. That's up to the individual, but I got too much energy to sit down. But some people obviously have physical limitations. They can't do it. You know, I get it. Me, I'm just walking full. I'm all over the place. But people here are so darn nice. I don't know how to put it. Everywhere I walk through the streets are always very courteous and let me go through. But I'm gonna go through this Quaison Park now and take you towards the water. 3.78 gallons in a liter. Thank you, Kissing the Dream. You guys are awesome that are here. The new people that have never been in my live stream, God bless you all. Thank you for being here. My normal friend, my regular friends that are here, thank you for your moderating and answering questions and stuff. I obviously you can tell I just can't look at all of them and answer everything while I'm walking and without tripping and breaking my neck or running into a car. Dimples, nobody owes you anything. That's so much enough already to live in the province. Dude on Roll says it's Dumaguete, Philippines. Fun Day Kids says thank you for doing this. I love doing this. I love walking. I love just showing people how the world goes around here in Dumaguete, Philippines. This is Quaison Park. Again, we're talking 146 in the afternoon, Thursday afternoon in Dumaguete, Philippines. It seems a little quieter through here, but I'm gonna walk towards the ocean just so you guys can see the ocean. J.M. Miller says hello. Nas says thank you, dude. Sadie says wow. Shadow Band says good hospitals. I think every place has good hospitals. I forget the name of the hospital here. I've never had to go to it. But of course, when you get, I've heard, and Fortune again can probably tell you, there's certain cities that most likely provide better health care, especially depending on your situation. The more serious, you may have to go to like a bigger city in the Philippines, or in some places, some people have to go the whole way to Thailand to get a medical procedure taken care of. Yeah, that's why health is vital to me here. That's why I exercise, I watch what I eat. I want to avoid having to go to the doctors or the hospital for anything. And typically, I'm a guy that would just do the holistic way anyway. I'm not big on meds or anything like that. I do everything I can to heal naturally, but obviously there's certain circumstances that maybe a broken bone or surgery or something like that, it's, you know, unavoidable. Yeah, that exercise walking, thanks for the tour. Hey, no problem. Thank you for being here. You don't need to thank me. I'm just doing stuff that I love and enjoy to do. Every day I enjoy it. Well, yeah, anybody always says, oh, there's motorbikes. Yeah, there's a lot of motorbikes. Sadie says, I want to move out from the U.S. so bad. Hey, if the opportunity presents itself, Sadie, the least you can do, if you're able to do it, like I said, I understand not everybody has the financial opportunity. Maybe they have health situations that prevent them from traveling so far, like to say from the States. You know, some people are simply just afraid to leave and try something different too, you know. I get it. Not every situation, people just can't jump in a plane and go. But if you can, for me, the only thing that would have prevented me from coming to the Philippines is me talking myself out of doing it. That would have been it. Normally Filipinos like English movies. Yeah, they do, Joy. I think that's also, they like it because it can help with their English as well. At least a lot of people here in Dumaguete that speak Bisaya, a lot of them, I say, what was your best teacher for like English aside from maybe at a young age in school? And they all said watching American movies. That's how they said a lot of them improved their English, or simply just having conversations with foreigners like myself. They said that's what made their English much better. They said they always understood it, but they said the hard part was speaking it, which that makes complete sense. Jeff says, are there obese people here in the Philippines? Not many. And that's a very good observation because it's the first thing I noticed when I got to the Philippines, and that's okay. It's not uncommon to see that. Some people would say, oh, they're all skinny because they don't have any money for food. That's not true. But yeah, they just, now the more Western, 2026 has popped up on my screen. Thank you, Anita Whitfield. Anita Whitfield, that was so cool. Actually, when that pops up on the screen, I see it. So I appreciate that. It was very generous of you and humble of you to do that. But this is the boulevard. People walk all around through here. This is where my girlfriend was at 5 in the morning. Beautiful sunrises here in the morning as well. But a lot of people come here before they go to work, before they go to class, before it gets too hot, and they do their exercising and walking here very early, and then in the evening this place gets hopping. A lot of people, but thank you, Anita Whitfield. I greatly appreciate your generosity. And again, as I always tell people, nobody has to give me anything. I'm not doing this for anything other than my pure pleasure of sharing my experiences here in the Philippines. I was inspired by my friend Corey from It's Me, and again, I was talking about him earlier and I got sidetracked. He helped me have a smooth travel here to the Philippines, and he never allowed me to talk myself out of it. And I'm thankful and grateful for Corey and Raquel, and his channel is It's Me. If you're not a subscriber, very good friend of mine. He's the one that got the ball rolling for me to come to the Philippines, and it never allowed me to talk myself out of it. But yeah, here's what I walk by all the time. Now, this isn't a beach area. It's not a beach, but it's just nice. The breeze, you got the port over here. You guys take a boat, fast boat. You can be, well, I don't know if you see Sikihor Island beyond the trees over there, that yellow yacht out there, but yeah, you can go to Sikihor Island, so much to see, 30 to 40 minutes. You can go to Cebu over there, very close, that's another island. Bohol, through the Bohol Sea, you can go to Bohol by fast boat in 2 hours. Ricky says, weather is hot, they get typhoons there. You know what though? Here in Dumaguete, compared to a lot of other places, seems to be the consensus. Dumaguete's kind of protected. Not that we don't get rain, typhoon-like weather, but it just seems like a lot of stuff always misses here. I don't know if it's because of the mountainous locations and areas and it's where it's located, but a lot of other vloggers, YouTubers in the Philippines will talk about Dumaguete always seeming like they're missing, like they don't get hit. Rick Wallace says, I need to get an ATM to send. Don't worry about it, Rick. You don't need to do anything. I appreciate you just simply being here, each and every one of you. Positive, negative says Poopagetti. It's not Poopagetti. It's only Poopagetti because, I don't know, you had a bad experience or you're just listening to the wrong people. If it was that bad here, well, I don't know, maybe my opinion doesn't matter, but if it was that bad is what people make it, I certainly wouldn't be here. I wouldn't want to be here if it was that bad. Monsoon time, it really rains. And you're right, it can. It's like hit or miss. It's like the winter in the States, winter season. Sometimes you have a lot of accumulation of snow. Sometimes you don't have much at all. It just depends. It's different every year. At least my time, I've gone through 2 rain seasons here in Dumaguete. And I lived in Bacolod for 4 months of it. And I felt like it rained more in Bacolod than it does here in Dumaguete. But that's only in my 2-year experience. Vladdy says, hi, buddy. What's up? Julio says, Maganda. Yeah, Donnie, I like it. And again, anybody who's new to my channel, I like to every so often show my face. My name's Michael, 55 years old, born and raised in Pennsylvania, born in Altoona, Pennsylvania. Basically lived my entire life in Pennsylvania, all but just about 2 years I did live in southern Florida on the East Coast, Stewart, Palm City location, kind of lived in 2 different places, Stewart, Palm City. But now I'm living abroad in Dumaguete, Philippines, and I absolutely love it, and I'm happy. And I wouldn't be here right now at 55, retired. I wouldn't be able to do this back in the States. So, but again, that's not the main reason I'm here, just because that's just an added bonus. And once I knew I could live here somewhere where I loved and just get off the daily grind and no stress in my life, I'm happy. No stress. Don't worry about anything. I guess the only thing I worry about is if it's going to rain one day, rain a little more than I'd like. But it's still all good. It's still all good. Michael, don't park under a coconut tree. You could get, yeah, you could get, I learned, I don't sit under there anymore. I got caught once. Someone told me during a live stream when I was sitting under a tree, Michael, don't forget there's coconuts in the tree. And I'm like, you're right. I never thought of that. And it, yeah, you could get probably hurt pretty bad. Trust you, not missing nothing here but a bunch of mess. Sadie, can't argue. It's chilling life for bonus years. Hi, Michael, hope you're well. Hey, Philip, thank you for being here, Philip. I'm always great, doing great. Just another day in the Philippines, but not just another day, another great day. Started cloudy a little earlier, but the sun's breaking out again. Sun always finds a way to shine in Dumaguete. People always ask, is there a Starbucks? I always point it out, yes, there's a Starbucks here in Dumaguete, right across from the boulevard. Ben is here. Hello, Ben. Says, hey, Michael, good afternoon. Hope you're doing well in Cebu, Ben, or maybe you're somewhere else. Ben's he's an American from Florida. He's living abroad here in the Philippines. I met him several weeks ago. He stopped into Cebu to meet me, but I met him on YouTube. That's another thing that's so awesome. All the amazing people that I've met through YouTube they end up, when they come here to the Philippines, whether it's their first time or 10th time, we always meet up somehow, some way. We find a way to meet, whether it's for dinner or coffee or something like that. It's just awesome, the people I've met. Jason says, bro, I gained weight when I came back to the US. Less stress in the Philippines, healthier food, and more active lifestyle. You're right, Jason. When I went back to the US in March 17th of 2025, I didn't gain weight, but I was not depressed, but it just wasn't the same. No sooner I landed in my connecting flight in Denver on my way home to Pennsylvania, as soon as I was in Denver International Airport or wherever the heck in Denver, people were just depressing. Like, they just seemed like they were miserable. They just didn't seem happy. And I immediately was like, I can't wait to get back. I originally wasn't going to come back to the Philippines until July of 2025. And I just said, I'm coming back in June. I couldn't take it anymore. I had to get back. Legit Ball and Record says, I think I would like to visit there. Listen, the worst thing that can happen is if you come here, and there's so many islands, there's over 7,000 islands in the Philippines. The worst thing that could happen is you don't like it. But at least you did it. You live life. You're not sitting around someday saying, I wish I would have tried this. I wish I would have done that. Don't live life for regrets. At least that's my opinion. Be the guy that can sit around someday and talk about all the awesome things that he did in his life. That's my opinion anyway. I'm not going to be that guy sitting around wondering what I could have done. But I'm blessed also. Like, I wouldn't be in this situation if, I wasn't blessed and had a lot of things go my way and worked hard in my life. But the biggest thing I've learned is, man, just treat people with respect. Be the best person you can be. Just be nice to people, even if your life isn't going so perfect. Because you know what? There's always somebody out there that's going through something worse than you are. And they may not say it, they may not show it, but everybody has things going on in their life. And sometimes we need to remember that. None of us have this perfect life, although I feel like my life is perfect. I'm happy as all can be, but it comes down to what's perfect for you as an individual. Fortune says, only pathway to Philippine citizenship is naturalization. So hard, if you marry a Pinay, then you can become a Filipino. Yes, that's right. You're exactly right. J.M. Miller says, I'm 65, disabled, and would like to come meet people. Jim, I don't know your complete situation other than saying, I just want everybody to do something with their life and not sit around and wait till life passes you by. I understand medically, not everybody can do it. I wish my mother could come here. My mother and father are both 85 years old. I wish they could both come here. My mother probably could not make such a trip. That travel would be probably too much for her. My father probably could do it, but yeah, my mom couldn't do it. So my mom and father get to live my dreams, unless my dad comes someday, through my eyes. But I mean, I think that if they could do things all over again, they probably would have tried to, not say necessarily visit the Philippines, but it would just got out of their comfort zone and culture and tried other things, went other places, just didn't settle and be content and think, this is it, I'm so glad I did what I did. And I will always tell people to the highest of the highs, man. I'm just so happy I came here. No regrets at all. Eldo says, I've never been outside of my zip code. Well, that was me to an extent until I lived in Florida. So yeah, I was other than taking vacation trips, my life was Pennsylvania, and then we did the family trips to North Carolina, Nags Head, Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, and then Florida. But then, I got to a point in my life, I was like, all right, I'm more of a warm weather person. And I went and lived in Florida for 2 years. I prefer the warm weather much, much more than any season at all. I don't care. I'd rather sweat my butt off than freeze my butt off, if that makes sense. Hey, Che's here. Hello, Che. Brian says, we may move there when I retire, but the jury is still out on that one. That's all right, Brian. Take your time. I think everything always falls into place the way it's supposed to. Don't overthink things. Be smart, It'll all work itself out. Sadie says, I'm in Columbia, South Carolina. I like South Carolina. Like I said, big fan of Myrtle Beach. That's what I know about Myrtle Beach, or South Carolina. Myrtle Beach, buying fireworks on the way home, getting to whatever south of the border. Yeah, that's the stuff that I remember. Chief says hello to Miss Che. Kiss in the Dream says IRS has a block on me getting a passport as of now. That doesn't sound good. Dude on a roll says hi to Che. Inde Bay Lang, you can stay and enjoy in the Philippines without depending on a girls. Enjoy the adventure. Yeah, like I said, and that's another thing. If I could give advice, if you plan on coming to the Philippines, this is just one person's opinion. Come here because you want to be in the Philippines. Don't make your number one reason for coming here being a girl or finding a man or whatever your preference is. Like, let your reason for coming here is because you want to learn about something that you never experienced in your life. That to me is what you should do. Come to the Philippines because you want to embrace and learn about a culture and just see how they live and the food and everything. That's to me what I would do. You can meet girls online, of course, but that's a little, there's no guarantees in that. People use the term boots on the ground, better to meet somebody. That's what I do. There's so many people here, so many amazing men and women in the Philippines. Come here for a bunch of other reasons and then just let the relationship fall in place if that's what's supposed to be. At least that's my opinion. Again, that's just my opinion. I don't know everything, never will. I just share what I feel and think here in the Philippines. Shadow gets weirder in your 50s. Michael, do you have an umbrella? It looks like it's gonna rain. No, I don't have an umbrella. But if it rains, it rains. Before I would say it's because it's rain season, but technically January is not supposed to be, it's not supposed to be rain season. I feel like we've had more clouds ever since we've gotten into January than we did before. It's like, it's kind of weird, but I don't know. We'll see. It does look darker, but we'll see. Pray or pra bra says hearts. Thank you for all the hearts. Chief's asking Che what she's going to be cooking. Brian Hurst says, what part are you in? I'm in Dumaguete, Philippines, Brian Hurst. Dumaguete, Philippines. Milo says, out on the move. A. Streff says, what kind of visa do you have? I just have the regular tourist visa, 2-month tourist visa extension. So in other words, every 2 months I have to renew it. So about 7 days before my 2 months expires, that's my best advice. Don't go beyond 7 days, then you can just pay for the standard extension, which when I got it last time was 1,960 Philippine pesos, which at the time was equivalent to, I have this memorized now, $33.37 for 2 months. Because if you get too close to your expiration date, you'll have to pay for the expedited extension, and that's a couple thousand more pesos, and you really don't want to be spending any more money than you have to. Now, again, some people just like to wait to the last minute, and then they don't mind paying the expedited. Then you basically get your passport back the same day. You just drop it off in the morning and then come back later in the day and it's done. Whereas me, just get a normal standard 2-month extension. I drop it off, I come back in a week and pick it up, and that's that. But take a picture of your passport on your phone. A wise man once said to me, and that would be Corey from It's Me, he said, Michael, what would you do if the building caught on fire where you left your passport? Although it never has burnt down that I know of, but anything's possible. He said, then you wouldn't have a passport. So he said, take a picture of it. And that's what I did. I took a picture of my passport. So that's my advice. Do that. How could someone live off of $1,400 a month? A Streff 87. I don't want to come off as like it's just simple. Again, I pay $400 a month for my apartment. $400 a month, which includes a swimming pool, which includes On-site gym, pool, Wi-Fi is included, all that stuff. And then all you got to worry about is food and whatever else. I don't know if you like to eat out every day. That obviously changes, you know, your budget and stuff like that. But you can live off of $1,400 a month quite easily, in my opinion. But again, I don't know you exactly like what your expectations are. Like, how luxurious of a lifestyle do you need to have here in the Philippines? Those luxurious lifestyles that I had in the States, I don't have that in me anymore. I still have some things, walking shoes, glasses, obviously my iPhone to do the live streams and stuff like that, but I don't have much stuff here. I don't have much stuff here at all. See, Jeff, you're saying you're getting about $5 grand a month. You'll be living life. You'll be able to probably travel whenever you want, eat out every day, eat out, hello sir, eat out at the most expensive restaurants, like, which aren't even expensive. Yeah, $5,000 is more than enough per month here in the Philippines. Shadow Band says, I really appreciate this community. Well, it's people like you that make the community, so I appreciate you, Shadow Band, and everybody else. This is my life. And when I decided to do YouTube, I was like, all right, so I'm putting my life on social media. I don't care. I enjoy it. I want to inspire other people. I'm too excited to keep it in. You know, I only have so many people I can talk to, but heck, now that I know live stream, look at all the people I can talk to. If I can just motivate one person, just one person every live stream, I'm winning in life. To me, that's winning. It makes me happy. I want other people to realize they can be happy here too, and it's not some sort of front or anything like that, because it's not. Believe me, I wouldn't be here if I didn't like it. I would just continue to grind in the US and sulk in I would just think that's as good as it gets, you know? And just coming here is a life changer. I can't say that enough. Ryan says, night brother, stay safe and humble. Remember, life's too short, be happy. I completely agree. Life is too short. My grandfather, when I was a young child, said to me, Michael, each day, the older you get, he said, the faster it goes. And he was exactly right. He was exactly right. I mean, hell, I'm 55 now. I swear, yesterday I was 18 years old. I feel good. My joints still feel good. I'm blessed and thankful. I don't have any inflammation in my joints or anything like that. Things are still rolling. Dean McCann, hey Dean, you know what? I gotta take care of you. Whoops, I didn't want to do that. Oops, sorry Dean, I'm getting you here. There you go. Dean says, hey Michael, thank you for sharing your walking tour down there. Appreciate it much. Hey, I just appreciate you being here. That's what I appreciate. So you've been continuously supportive of my channel, as is so many other people. As I get time and see more people, I'm gonna start taking care of everybody. The least I can do is give you a blue jacket, makes you stand out and shows everybody that you're here on a consistent basis. You're a friend, you're not just a subscriber, you're a friend. I guess I can show everybody. Whoops. GTO, it's Dumaguete. Ray Ryan, are there any bad or dangerous areas to avoid? Hey Ray, I'm sure there are bad areas. I've walked through a lot of places. Have I walked through the worst of the worst? Probably not. Dumaguete, I don't know what's considered bad. I've never had any issues here. I'm just gonna show you where the immigration office is, at least the doorway, because their operating hours now, and I don't want to just walk in there with a camera when people are getting their passport extensions. I did a video on this just to show people where to go so you don't get lost. Kind of gets confusing because most buildings, you know, you have a door, you go in the doors in the front. Well, here you go to this place as Royal Stitch, and I know this, you might not remember it, but I had a hard time finding it the first time, and then all of a sudden you learn. It's right down this hallway. You go to the very end of this hallway, it's like a little alley, and that's where immigration. It looks pretty busy in there actually, but that's where immigration is, right in there. Holy crap, Sula's here. Sula, God bless you, Sula. You know, you're missed. You're an intricate part of my my life in a way, you know what I mean? You've been a supporter. I know you've been busy with family and stuff going on, but I appreciate you being here. So welcome, Sula. Jay Ralph says, the fear of the unknown is real. The Philippines is not like other countries in Africa's or Southern America's. Jay Ralph says, we don't bite, you know. Hell no. Like I said, I've never felt uncomfortable here at all. Am I just lucky? All right, maybe. Am I just blessed? I don't know. I mean, I carry myself as best as I can, you know. I never feel threatened. Everybody's always super nice to me, welcoming. I know that's a big question. I mean, even I had people before I came to the Philippines that thought I was kind of crazy for coming here. Oh, it's so unsafe, it's so dangerous, they'll kidnap you and, I don't know, take my organs and sell them on the black market. It was all sorts of crap. Is it possible that that could happen? Yeah, I guess anything's possible, but no, I haven't had any situations like that. Tom Fullerton says, every vlogger I watch makes me want to come there more. I have a buddy, I was in the Corps, who lives there. That's awesome, Tom. That's all I want to do is motivate people to come here. That's it. I just want people to see what I see. I'm doing the basics. Sometimes I walk to the mall. There's a nice mall that I've gone to in previous live streams. I go on in there and then people can see in the mall. So I occasionally go to the mall. For whatever reason though, when I go to the mall, sometimes my internet gets a little glitchy. Something with the signal along the way, but usually for the most part, it's not too bad. Michael Hunter, or someone said, have a good rest. Michael, Maud, Knight. Oh, sorry I didn't see you, Michael. Good night, everyone. I have to get up early in the morning. Good night. Barry Hatt says, do you have a girlfriend? Yes, I have a girlfriend here. Jerry Mystic says, are you allowed to be employed there? I guess you could be. I don't know any foreigners that are employed here in Dumaguete in the Philippines. Fortune might be able to answer that question, but I don't personally know anybody here that a foreigner that works here. I don't know. Matthew Stevens says, where are you in the Philippines? I'm in Dumaguete, Philippines, Negros Oriental. That's where I'm at. Doing my daily walk. Now I'm going through like by the public market. You miss messages, but it might be hard for you to keep up. Yeah, Sula. Yeah, it's very, very difficult for me to keep up. Walking and watching where I'm going and then glancing at the screen. I just randomly pick one out, and like I said, I always apologize. Everybody, if I miss a comment or a question, I'm certainly not intentionally doing it. It's just very difficult for me to do right now. Fortune says, can't be employed, but can put up a business. Can be a vlogger if you consider that work. Well, there you go. I mean, I was almost gonna say that, Fortune, like, you know, you can be a YouTuber. I don't really consider this work. I love doing it, so I guess if this is my job and this is work, this is the best, most fun job I've ever had. Sula says, over 200 people in here, please hit double tap the screen to help cast away. I appreciate that, Sula. I appreciate everybody that's here. Do they sell animals there? Oh yeah, dogs, guinea pigs, animals like people, you know, get pigs if you're having a farm. Yeah, you can get anything, dogs. Honestly, I don't know. I'm trying to think if I've ever been to a pet store while I was here. I don't even know if I ever noticed a pet store. Maybe that's something I should look for. There are pet stores somewhere. I know I've gone places where they have like fish. They sell like aquariums and fish and stuff like that. I have seen that before. I just don't remember where it was. So a foreigner can get a business license and set up shop there. That's a Fortune question, Master Fortune. Who do you bank with? Currently, right now, I'm not with any bank. I'm kind of in the process of figuring out what I want to do. I need to set up a Wise account. That seems to be the consensus. And then there's, what is the one bank, BPI or something like that? I haven't set anything like that up yet, just because I didn't know enough about it. So I was reaching out to some of my friends to kind of guide me on the best way for me to handle that. But that is a very good question. Sidewalks look nicer there. Shadow Band says, to me, they're not bad. Like I said, it's just different people. You know what I mean? I feel like I blend right in. I never feel like a minority here, if that makes any sense. I feel like just a person. And, you know, they smile at me. They appreciate me being here. Maybe I'll go get some coconut water. All right, see, Jason says Wise is the best. Yeah, that's the one I'm hearing most about. Through Wise, and you know, I just don't want to have any of those, like, just to eliminate withdrawal fees and stuff like that, like at an ATM. Just those kind of things. I just didn't know enough about it, so I didn't want to just go and do something without knowing like all the ins and the outs. But I'm gonna go up here to get coconut water. Revolut. I think I've heard of that one too, Jason. Africa will never unite. You look different stuff. I don't know what that means. Oh, you mean, listen, I feel very welcomed here. So my opinion of how I feel is I feel very much a part of the community. That's how I feel. So you're entitled to your opinion just as I am, but I feel like people treat me like family here. And until you're here, you might not understand that, but they don't look at me differently. Not in a bad way, I guess you could say, is what I'm getting at. And once they get to know you, and Dumaguete's not the biggest town, people begin to familiarize themselves with you and stuff like that. So I'm gonna go get some coconut water. Maybe you can start up a business if you have a local partner there. Maybe, that's possible. But I gotta go get some coconut water. How are you guys? You know what I want. Yeah. I'm gonna sit this here so I can get some coconut water. Hold on. Yeah, Brian, that's exactly what it is, because I'm open to them. I gotta get some change. Do you ever go out of the country? Not yet, Jim Miller or Jay Miller. Not yet, only on like traveling and stuff. 25, 30, 35. Hey, Gino, I see you, Gino. Oh, too much, thank you. I gave him too much money, and they gave me my change. Just, I'll drink it. Thank you. See, I gotta drink my water first. Todd Freeman, no, it's not cold. It's in the 80s. It's always hot here. Never cold, Todd. Johansson, I'm in Dumaguete, Philippines, Johansson. Dumaguete, Philippines. Drinking some fresh coconut water. Nah, it's just regular temperature, not cold, not warm. It's just right, to be honest with you. That's true, Don Cook. Motorcycle repair probably would be a good business. Here in Malaysia every day, rain since the New Year. I've been good here in Dumaguete, although it's cloudy and looks like it's gonna rain. It hasn't rained yet. No rain yet. That's awesome, Joe Henson. Nice, thank you for being here. Almost done, just gotta finish this. Thank you for being here, Gino. Brother from another. Gino's a good guy. If you want to subscribe to a channel for a guy that has tons of experience here in the Philippines, subscribe to Dazzle TV. Gino's a good friend of mine. He's just like me, brother from another. He knows a hell of a lot more than I do. Ahi 18. As soon as I'm done drinking it, this was 35 pesos. 35 pesos. Dude, I think, yes, you need. Greetings from Maryland, virtual jock. Enjoyed the tour the last 45 minutes. Wow, that's such a humbling comment because anybody that's willing to sacrifice their precious time to hang out with me for 5 minutes, let alone 45 minutes. Thank you very much. I greatly appreciate that. That's humbling. Thank you. I'm done. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Have a good day. See you guys. Thank you very much. Oh, I feel better now. I needed that. Yeah, Dean, I consider that cheap. And to me, that's better than regular water. You can't go wrong with coconut water, in my opinion. Fresh coconut water. And like the other person asked about, is it warm or cold? It's just normal. I wouldn't say it's warm like a warm coffee, but it's definitely not cold. It's just like room temperature, but it's perfectly fine. I think sometimes people have said if you drink too cold of something that can kind of shock your system in a way. I'm perfectly fine. I can chug that. No brain freeze or anything when I'm drinking it, and I feel 1,000 times better once that gets through my system. Nutritional benefits of coconut water is second to none, in my opinion. I don't know how I'll handle the humidity coming from New Mexico desert. You know what? My opinion, if you can handle heat, some days it does, I don't know, you just get used to it. I think the easiest way to get used to humidity is being out in it. I think the people that struggle the most with the humidity, just my opinion, maybe there's some certain people that have health conditions that prevent them from being out in the humidity, but then again, I don't even know why you'd be here. But I just think you get used to the humidity. You get used to it. As long as you allow yourself to adapt to it and you're out in it and you're not in the air con 24/7, that's when I think you prevent yourself from getting used to it. Let me go down this way. It's like anything. It's like people that live in cold weather. Do I like cold weather? No. But could I adapt to it? Of course. But you're not going to adapt to it sitting in a heated house. You're in the warm all the time, and then you step out in the cold and you're like, oh my gosh, it's like a shock to the system. Well, it's the same thing. You got to be out in the weather to adapt to it. And I like being out in it. I mean, and that's why I always tell people about my apartment. I don't really care about hanging out in an apartment. For some people, that's important to them, and that's okay. That's what I eat all the time right here, eggs. Hello, how are you?
I'm okay.
How are you doing? You good?
Yeah.
Well, I'll wait till you hand the eggs. I want to give you a... But yeah, this is what I eat all the time. Eggs and eggs. Thank you. Thank you. And I like that too. Chicken, like rotisserie chickens, like leche and manok. I eat a lot of that chicken. I like that. Chicken and eggs. And vegetables, obviously coconuts everywhere. But there's stores everywhere. Like, I know there's some things you can't find in the Philippines, but you don't have to go very far to find something here. Store after store after store after store. But like I said, I love it. I don't mind. Some people don't like the city life. I I just like being around people. I live far enough away from here, 1.5 miles, that I don't live in the city, but I'd be okay if I was here. To me, this is not a big city. It's a town. Whoops. Hello there. Mayong, Adla, Mayong, Hapun. Where am I gonna cross? I guess I'm gonna cross here. You're not touring with Biden. Biden can't walk. He'd probably stumble and fall. But I shouldn't say that. I might trip myself. But no, you're not touring with Biden. No Biden here. But that's funny. I like it. Gave me a chance to return my response. They're prepping for rain, it looks like. Yeah, I mean, it does, but it's looked like this for a while and it hasn't done anything, which I'll take it. Todd says, what do you do for entertainment? Quite honestly, from the entertainment that I was used to, what did I do when I lived in the US in the middle of the winter if I wasn't outdoors, which I did walk a lot when I lived. Hi guys, how are you? I'm great. Love the Philippines. Love the Philippines. When you're in the U.S., it's like for me, I was always had to find something to do. I certainly didn't have I wasn't walking around in the culture in the United States. Don't get me wrong. I love my country. I love the USA, but I love the newness. I love the different culture, learning something different, being embraced by different people, and it just doesn't compare. That's why every country is different. And entertainment for me is getting out and walking. Then you throw in an occasional trip to somewhere, go to an island, go to a beach, go out to dinner, just the simple things in life. I don't need a lot now, where I felt like I always had to buy an Xbox or a PlayStation or new clothes or something to modify my car. Or it was always about materialistic things. Here, I just enjoy getting up every day and going for a walk, getting a coffee somewhere, getting coconut water somewhere, meeting people and just talking, and stress-free environment and just living life and being embraced. That's the best way I can put it. I think your back cam need to clean a little bit. I don't know what that means, Che, your back cam. Oh, now I know what you mean, the lens. Now I'm following you. All right, hold on. Hold on. Oops. You're ready to take on more of the Dumaguete. I think that maybe made it better. I think. My apologies on the blurry lens. I must have smudged it with my sweaty hand. I think it's clean now. Thank you, Che. I think it's better now. Marijuana is not legal here. It's illegal. Hey, how are you, sir? Yeah, marijuana is not legal. That question gets asked a lot, which I get it, to each his own. I don't smoke, drink, or do any of that stuff, but at least I can say marijuana is a natural plant, although, like I said, I don't smoke it. Thank you, Jeremy Boyle. Thank you, Che, for letting me know that the lens was smudged. The electrician's there. Yeah, like that one right there. But somehow it works. I know it's not pretty, but it works. You kind of just, like I said, it's like a lot of stuff. You just kind of just get used to it. At first, when you see it, you're like, oh my gosh, wow, a safety hazard, fire hazard, something like that. But you just kind of get used to it. Seen any cigar shops? That's an interesting question too. Not that I've ever looked for one, but I can't honestly say I've ever noticed a cigar shop. I'll keep that in mind though, or simply I'll just Google it here or go to the Google Maps and type in cigar or tobacco shop. I would assume there are, but I don't know that for 100%. Jim Miller says, I want to come and hang out with you. This has been awesome. You're more than welcome. I tell that to everybody. I have no problem meeting. I love meeting people through YouTube. What a world I'm exposed to. I mean, my whole life has changed, not only because of the Philippines, but YouTube was also a part of it. I'm so thankful. So, hey, anybody, come hang out. I'm in Dumaguete. My Facebook link and my Instagram link are right at the top of my YouTube channel in the description box. Friend me on Facebook, reach out. I'll help you as best as I can. And if I don't have the answer, chances are I'm going to know somebody who will. Everything I can offer you is in my limited experience, something which is good. You know, you can talk to a guy, you can talk to somebody that's been here for 10 years and they can give you a 10-year perspective, which was going to be completely different from mine, even if I had 10 years experience. That's what's nice about meeting different people with different levels of experience. Everybody's answer is going to be similar, but yet different. Do they have a Walmart? I've never seen a Walmart. I don't know if there is throughout all these islands, but if I had to guess, I'd probably say no. But there are stores here that, you know, that are Western-like stores. Maybe if there's not a Walmart now, there might eventually be one. There you go. Don Kick says, no, they don't. I didn't think they did either. But they have like an S&R and a Landers, which is like a Costco's, and like a Costco's and a like a BJ's wholesale. So they do have. They're not here in Dumaguete. They don't. Bacolod they do. If a Walmart moved in, I'd move out. Yeah, I don't. I could care less about a Walmart. You don't need it. You don't need it. Do they have issues with crime? If they do, I don't know anything about it. I don't hear about it. I don't see any of it. I'm sure there is. I don't think there's any place in the world that's maybe completely crime-free. Maybe Poland. I think Poland's like the only country I've really heard that's, they have like, they run a tight ship there. But I don't know all that. But I've never experienced any crime or seen it a lot. Things just run here, but again, I'm sure there's always some crime taken on somewhere. I just don't know of any. Jason says, Jim Miller, depends on the time of the year, how far in advance you book, but round trip economy is probably between 12 and 800. Yeah, Jason, the earlier you book, the better. I mean, if you can book 4 months in advance, that's probably gonna be, and the time of the year, that's gonna probably be your best bet. Like when I flew back in June, one way, keep in mind it was one way, June, I don't really know if that's considered a bad time of the year to buy a ticket, but I paid like for one way, it was like 800 to 900. But when I purchased the ticket, it was like within a month and a half of my, maybe not even a month and a half of my departure. But I didn't care because I knew I was coming back. I had to come back. I was going to wait until July, but I was just so sick of being back in the States and bored, and just wanted to get back to my happy place, which is here. And then I came back. Hey, Mickey Gray's here. Good morning, Mick Gray. Thank you. I want to drive motor cart with the semi-horn on it. You'd probably have fun. I know some people, they own, not like the tricycle like that. They own, it looks like a little, maybe I'll see one. It looks like a little golf cart type of thing. That's like the new, I call it the new age tricycle. You don't see many of them yet, but I know people that own one of those. That's how they get around, you know, transportation. They use that, get groceries, go here, go there, whatever. Not that thing. That's like a little van. When I see one of those little tricycles, I'll tell you exactly. Jason Effect says, good night, crew. All right, Jason, good night. I appreciate you being here, my friend. Dude on a roll says, good night to Jason. Lynn says, I hate Walmart, used to deliver to them. Yeah, it almost looks like one of those little things. People have those for personal use, but it's one that's like a little bigger. How much is a scooter? Depends if it's new or used. I do think, I've never looked into getting one because I just haven't had a desire to get one. But I know, hey, sir, how are you? Hey, how are you guys? Thank you very much. See, these guys are awesome. I love meeting you guys. Security, you're so happy and friendly. There, one more. Right there, look at that. Thank you. It's called Castaway
Castaway?
Drift.
Trip?
Drift, D-R-I-F-T, like drifting away. Castaway Drift. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Have a good day, guys. And Jason Effect sends me the 67. That's hilarious. But see what I'm talking about with the security guys? They're awesome. Like I said, they do their job, and then they're so friendly. I see one of those little carts I was talking about. It looks like, hey, how are you guys? And then they let me go. Let me show you this one right here, this red one. I don't know how much it is, but it's kind of like, it's like a motorbike slash cart, but I've seen people with these and they use that. It's like a motorcycle, and then they haul their stuff in the back. That's not the new age one. I have to look and see if I find that. What country are you in? Kyle Cat says. I'm in Dumaguete, Philippines, Kyle Cat. Hey, hello. Thank you. Let me see here. Scooters need a driver's license. Yeah, you're supposed to have a driver's license, but what I've learned is a lot of people in the Philippines don't have one. They're driving without one. Mainly, from what I've heard, is they just either don't do it or they can't afford it, which I get it. And again, you're supposed to, but it's like that one there, that white one right there. Some people have for personal use. It just depends on what they want to hold people accountable for. You know, you're supposed to wear a helmet of some sort. You'll see a lot of people wear them. Some people don't wear them. It's just up to the individual, you know, if you're willing to risk it, and then whether they hold you accountable or not. I'm going to go down this way towards the water. Do you plan on settling there or just vacation, J. Ralph? Well, J. Ralph, I've been to and from the Philippines twice within over a year. Basically, this is going to be my home away from home. Being here has allowed me to retire at 55, living on my pension and savings only as my form of income, source of income. Yeah, simply put, it's my home away from home. I love it here, warm weather guy, so many places to see and go, islands, not only in the Philippines. I want to go to Japan someday. Kyle Cat says he's Filipino. Awesome, Cat. I appreciate you being here, Kyle Cat. I'll just, quick introduction if you don't know me or you just joined. My name's Michael, born and raised. Hey, how are you? Hold on, I'll flip you. Say hello. Hello, thank you. I love Dumaguete, Philippines. I love it here. Thank you. So nice. Again, born and raised in the U.S., lived in Pennsylvania the majority of my life, and now, well, then I lived in Florida for almost 2 years, and now I'm living abroad in Dumaguete, Philippines, and I love it here. And yeah, I wouldn't be able to do this anywhere else. I mean, yeah, you could live in Vietnam. The cost of living and stuff is, I think I've heard, less than here. Da Nang, Vietnam, even Thailand, but I'm happy where I'm at in the Philippines. If I was still in the U.S., I'd still be working. Simple as that. And again, everybody that's here, I have a friend in Manila, we want to come visit there. Hey, Dumaguete, Philippines, look me up. I'm not going anywhere for now. This is my home base, is Dumaguete, Philippines, until further notice. Who knows what the future holds? I don't worry about it. I like it here and I'm happy for now. Dr. Red Taco says a beach. There's beaches, but some beaches aren't as nice as others. The closest, in my opinion, nice beach would either be Darwin, or you take a 30 to 40 minute boat ride across the ocean on the fast boat to the island right over there, Sikihor. And there's a lot of beautiful islands over there. Beaches on that island, I should say. Yeah, Dixon, I love it, man. I don't know what else to tell you. If you're a warm weather beach, tropical, interested in embracing a different culture. Yeah. Check out the Philippines. You never know. You might dislike it. But that's Siquijor Island over there. You get all the ocean jet, the fast boat isn't even there. It's probably taking somebody over there. All right, Tim Bongalis 3300 says, I've seen you at the immigration office before. I'm sure you have. Nice to meet you. I can't really see your picture emoji. They're too small here on the live stream, but and I can't click on your name. I mean, maybe some point we'll meet, or leave me a message on, like I said, my Facebook and Instagram account is in the description of my YouTube channel. So that's awesome though, Tim. Nice to meet you, Tim. Where are you from, Tim? Does your girlfriend work there? No, Shadow. She doesn't have a job. She did work previously. She was like a nanny for some friends of ours, helping take care of the kids in the house and stuff like that. But no, she doesn't work. She does all the cooking and cleaning in our little apartment. Were you ever in the military? No, I've never been in the military, but I always respect when people ask me that, because other than my mother and father, I say this all the time, my heroes are the men and women service members of the military. Those guys are my guys and gals, women, men are my heroes. Anybody that's served in the military, have the utmost respect for a lot of those men and women, all of them. Jason says, later, I know you've seen my question multiple times and you have either answered the one right above or the one right... darn it, Jason. Now I'm looking for, where's your question? Sorry, Jason Leonard. I'm going to scroll through. I'm going to stop and see if I can find your name in here again. Jason. I apologize. I'm looking. Jason Leonard. Why don't I... You must have been here a while. There's just so many comments. Jason Leonard. I went really far back, Jason Leonard, and I'm sorry. Can you find a nice house to rent in the province with food and utilities for under $8K? If I were to guess, I'd say yes. I don't know that for 100% for a fact, but $8,000 in the province is probably a lot. That's like... Again, it all comes down to your expectations and what you want to, what you need for luxury. Question about strip clubs. Jason asked, all right, Jason, I'm laughing too. Strip clubs I know nothing about. I don't even know if they exist here in Dumaguete. I really don't know. I've never been to one, Jason Leonard, and I apologize. I've been to clubs, like along here, there's a place, a bar, but I don't drink, but I don't know of any strip clubs here, particularly in Dumaguete, Philippines. Rick Wallace says, can I live there on 1200? Yes, you can, Rick. My opinion, Fortune's opinion, many other people, yes, you can live on $1,200 here. Rather nice, actually. But again, it all comes down to what's good enough for you. And 1,200 or less is good enough for me. But Fortune said 2K a month was luxurious. Exactly. That's luxurious. That's like almost, and I know it sounds wild, but it's almost too much. Like you really don't like... And that's even, I think, throwing in the, you can do some traveling, just in moderation, unless you need to just travel all over the place for a while, which you can do that. The more you do, the more it costs, but it's certainly less expensive here. This is Dumaguete, Philippines, anybody that's asking. How is the drinking water? Well, I wouldn't recommend drinking out of any random water hole, spigot, something somewhere. I don't drink the water even from my apartment. I will wash my toothbrush off with it and let it dry. But I usually just use bottled water. that wet my toothbrush when I brush my teeth and stuff like that. I don't drink it. I get bottled water or some sort of filtered. Yeah, I haven't, that I remember since I've been here, I've never attempted just drinking the water just to see what would happen to me. Shadow Band says, LOL, most Americans need to walk more anyways. I mean, I think it's the best exercise you can get. And the more you do it, the easier it gets, in my opinion. Now, I know I'm one person saying that, but I've also been walking for years, long distances for a while, so I'm used to it. It's like anything. You want to get used to the humidity, expose yourself to it. You want to get used to walking, start doing it all the time. Again, I understand some people have injuries that prevent them from just being able to do certain things, so I'm not speaking for everybody. But if you're in decent health, and it's kind of like, you know, you gotta run your car or the wheels will get squeaky kind of thing. You gotta do the same thing with the human body. Jason says, I subscribed since you finally answered. I apologize. Hey, Jason, like I always say, I'm sorry. I never try to miss people's questions or comments. It's just literally it gets to the point where it can become too much. Freddie says, I ran 3 miles. Awesome for you, Freddie. I would say I'm what you said there at the end, but good for you. Run 3 miles. Next time, do 5, do 6. Push yourself, see how far you can go. Use it or lose it. That's my mindset. There are a lot of water refilling stations here, so if you're safe drinking water, it's plenty here. It doesn't even cost you $1. Yeah, so we get water sent to us in the jugs or whatever. I don't even know what it is, 25 pesos for one of those big, huge jug dispensers that you put in a dispenser machine. I don't think it's any more than like 20, 25 pesos for a big bottle of water, jug. Is spam meat a thing there? That's an interesting question. I know I've heard people mention spam. I don't eat spam, nor have I ever went out of my way to look for it in a grocery store. I have to remember some of these questions, like when I go to I haven't been to the grocery store really lately a lot to shop. Che usually handles all of that. Whether she's going to the public market or the grocery store. Sardines, yes, sardines are big there. Che buys her own sardines. She'll incorporate it in her food. Sardines are actually really good for you. Normally she just buys it for herself and incorporates it in her dinner. But I think I've heard people talk about spam like they like it here. And there you go, Stone Cold says spam is popular with the Filipino. So he's right. But yeah, sardines are very healthy. I don't know what kind she gets. It could be a very cheap version. I'm not sure. Maybe sardines are just sardines, but the kind I got back in the States were really good. Savage says, how's the street food? Savage, I've tried the street food. Normally the street food that agrees with me the best is like any type of barbecue, pork, chicken on a stick. I took a deep dive into street food that was like lumpia, dumplings, and tempura street food. Something called dynamite, which was like a jalapeno pepper wrapped in some lumpia wrap. Within 2 hours, I had a stomach ache. Shortly after that, I spent the night and a lot of the afternoon of the next day on the toilet, if that gives you any idea. So street food didn't agree with me. Maybe it was just a unfortunate bad batch or something like that. Or maybe that's the way my body would react every time. I'm not 100% sure. Hey, Graham, how are you, Graham? Dude on a roll says hi to Graham. I like fish sardine with black bean. Yeah, that would be fine. Yeah, like I said, I like sardines. I just haven't had any since I've been here. Che's eaten it, but not me. She usually gets it and incorporates it, like I said, in her meal. This is Quaison Park through here. Don, Edgar, I haven't tried balut yet. I'm a little bit shy when it comes to trying balut. especially after my street food experience. I'm gonna wait. Although you can ask Stone Cold Steve here. He definitely wants me to try balut soon, and he wants me to live stream it and yeah, or make a video of the balut challenge, but I have not fell victim yet to the balut challenge. Randall says hello from Canada. Hello, Randall. What is that, as in there? That is the store I go to buy my clothes, t-shirts and stuff, tops and bottoms. I call it toppers for short. Squid was yuck. It tastes weird. I don't think I've ever tasted squid. I've seen it here in the public markets. Looks kind of squishy, kind of rubbery like. I guess it's all on how you prepare it. Bill Meyer says it's not good to eat. Yeah, I don't have a desire to try squid. That's not to say I won't someday, but yeah, squid probably not so much. Oh, I don't know where else to go here. Where is this place? Randall, it's Dumaguete, Philippines. I'm in Dumaguete, Philippines. Cool King says, have you tried Dinuguan yet? The fact that I could barely pronounce it makes me think maybe I've never even tried it. I'm not even sure what that is. Rick Wallace says, no beans or fish. That's right, Rick. I know, remember you said yesterday you don't like fish. Or you thought maybe all they ate here was fish. No, you can get all sorts of things here, not just fish. See, not just fish. You can get all sorts of other things here. Cool King's laughing. Yeah, I'm not even sure what that is that you just said, or I'm not sure. Hey, Che, are you watching? Yeah, I'm not sure what Che might be doing right now. She was in here. Oh, it's blood with pork mixture. I would have to say no, I haven't had it, but who's to say? Maybe I did and just didn't know what it was and thought it looked good and I just ate it. I don't know. I don't think I've had that though. Well, you said it's delicious. Well, maybe then I would like it. Maybe I would like it. Like I said, I'm all in favor of trying just about anything once, other than balut. Burker Tafer says, I'm watching it now and I'm happy. That's good to hear, because you know what? That's why I do these live streams, because I'm happy. I just want to share with people. I'm a foreigner. I'm from the United States, and I'm living halfway around the world. Never done anything like this in my life. Been here over a year. I'm happy, having a good time. Not having you don't need to have a lot of money to live here, and that's obviously a big bonus. And I'm happy. I don't know what else to say. I'm enjoying it, and it's good to see you again too. Lynn says, Michael, you better be close to a toilet when you drive. Yeah, that's the whole thing. That's why after that street food experience, I'm like, I'm gonna give my intestines and my gut a little bit of a break before I throw in something like balut. But who knows, I might eat balut and not have the issues. Maybe the street food was either bad oil or bad ingredients, or I have such a clean diet. Maybe I just shocked my system. I don't know. Thunder says, love that you're happy. I mean, what else would you want to be? Honestly. And this isn't a fake act. I'm just happy, and I'm just loving life, and I love to share everything with people and keep it real. And plus I get to exercise while I'm talking to all of you guys. I would give a balut a miss, Michael. Hit and kiss whether you get sick or not. Yeah, that's probably why I'm not in such a hurry. But I did talk to somebody, a foreigner, the other day, and I said, have you ever had balut? And he said, yeah. I said, I don't know. I didn't ask him if he was drinking prior to trying the balut. Because a lot of people tend to say, oh, I'll just drink alcohol and then drink the balut and you're fine. I don't drink, so I can't use that option. Jeff Ralston sent me a New Year's Eve 2026. I greatly appreciate that, Jeff. Thank you for being here. Appreciate any type of super chat anybody wants to get. Nobody's obligated to ever do that. I don't have my channel for that anyway. I just have it because I'm happy and I have fun, and I love that I meet a lot of other people. Are Pennsylvania where they have the Rocky Balboa? Yeah, it's supposed to be in Philadelphia. I don't know if it's still there or not. So many statues have come and gone in the States lately. I can't honestly say if the Rocky statue's offensive to somebody and maybe they took it down. I don't know. Do you go in Cebu during festival seasons? How about Iloilo or Akalan? You know what? There was a festival when I was in Bacolod. I was there for that festival. Name escapes me, but I have a shirt from that festival. I have to remember to wear it sometime. The name escapes me of the festival, but I went to that. That was fun. They have festivals here in Dumaguete. Festivals are awesome. It just brings all the people out. I don't remember festivals like that in the U.S. Maybe when I was younger. But just a different way they do things, just different how the community and the cultures all, hey, hello, they all come together, stuff like that. Oh no, Cool Kingman put me on the spot. Says, hey Mike, put that in your motorcycle fun, haha, take care and God bless her. Cool Kingman, man, thank you so much, dude. Humbled, that's all I'm gonna say. And all what you guys do for me, I just consider them blessings, and I hope that's all right that I say that they're simply blessings, because that's how I feel. But Cool Kingman, God bless you, God bless your generosity. Thank you for being here on my daily walks. Thank you to each and every one that are super chat or not. I'm just blessed and humbled all the time. And I never thought in a million years that I would be in the Philippines, let alone vlogging on a YouTube channel, sharing my journey, and then I'd have so many people that were actually interested in walking around with me. I don't think of myself as much, just Michael, that's it. Thankful that my mother and father brought me into this world, and I'm making the most of my life here at 55 years old. So thank you, Cool Kingman. Thank you a lot. Love your vids, bro. Well, I love your support. Videos, you love my live streams. I need to get more involved in the videos. But again, I always tell people, and I'm not making excuses, videos, I want to make more, but until I have some interesting content, like the apartment video that Dude on Roll reminded me of, which I need to do. It's just, when it comes to videos, I want to have something more creative, a little different, a really interesting experience. Not to say these live streams aren't interesting, because you guys are seeing what I'm seeing, and it's just a lot of fun. But Cool Kingman says what you do is actually helpful for other people. I hope so. I hope so. I just simply want to inspire, like I said, motivate, and this is just one man's opinion, one man's perspective, one man's sights and sounds of the Philippines. That's why I like doing it. I'm just sharing it through my eyes, speaking from the heart, speaking from how I feel inside, and either someone's going to relate to me or connect, or they're not, and that's fine, because everybody's different. It's a blessing that I have any effect on anybody, just by simply being me. Fadzol US 5275 says, be extra careful. I appreciate that. I'm always careful as I can be. Again, I never really feel uncomfortable here. I just feel welcome, feel a part of the community, and thankful that the Philippine people allow me to be here and experience their culture, because let's face it, you know, to be able to come here as a foreigner, as an American, to come in someone else's country and them allow me to interact with them and learn about the culture and be friends. And I have so much to learn, but it's really awesome that I can be here. 20 years ago, I never would have imagined this is where I would be at the age of 55. I had no idea what I was going to do with my life. Cindy Long says, you are real, that's why. That's the only thing I know how to be. I wouldn't be able to work in Hollywood as an actor because I wouldn't be good at it. I wouldn't be good at playing a game of cards because people would call my bluff. They wouldn't know. Still walking, thank you. But yeah, I only know how to be me, which is natural. So, yeah. Rick Wallace says, I love your channel, Michael. I love all you guys. Like I said, the sacrifices you make out of your precious lives to hang out with somebody that you never met, only on YouTube, that's just so humbling. I wish you guys could feel what I felt like inside. And I'm a very, emotional type of person. I don't hide my feelings very well. Again, I'm not playing anybody in cards because my emotions would show. You'd call my bluff. I'm not good about hiding my feelings. The police there don't actually make people nervous. No, they're just doing their job. They're just doing their job, and like I said, they can read people. They have a good judge of character. They know who's here appreciating and embracing their culture, and they also know there's people here that probably, I don't know, kind of saw that topic being talked about on some other channel this morning, which I kind of talked about yesterday. We were talking about, someone asked me a question if I could name the top 5 things that bothered me about the Philippines. I couldn't think of anything. I'm like trying to think of something. Does anything actually bother me? And then something hit me. I was like, oh, I know what bothers me. It's when foreigners from, I don't care where they're from, come here and they have this sense of entitlement. Like they're better than everybody here, or they come from a better life, so they're just above them. And I don't like that at all. That is just so, that sense of entitlement just because you're from wherever you are. Oops, these people, that's okay. These people are amazing here, happy, smiling, good to you, respectful, all that kind of stuff. So that's probably the only thing I could think of that bothers me about the Philippines is the foreigners that come here. Not all of them, some of them. And they just, I don't know, they're rude and they just walk around with their chest out and head held high like they're just, but whatever, but that's all I can think of that bothered me. Great random people, man. Say Magadan Hapon Po, that means good afternoon. The Po is important because it shows respect and culture. I appreciate you telling me that. What I'm gonna start doing, because there's a security guard in my building where I live, in my apartment, I told him my New Year's resolution was to learn more of the Bisaya language. And he said he would help me. So I'm gonna start, what I'm gonna do is each phrase or group of words that I get, I'm gonna keep them in my digital notebook on my phone, and I'm gonna start practicing. I wanna get the pronunciation down, and I wanna start learning from the basics and then working my way up. Because you're right, they love that when you speak in their language. They have a lot of respect for that, and it makes them smile. Simply makes them smile. And to me, there's nothing better than seeing somebody smile, because I know how I feel when I smile. Yeah, I assure you, anyone you'll say that to while smile off their faces. Yeah. I mean, and they just smile just by seeing you, so imagine hi. So imagine just like that, just simply saying hi. It lights up their day. That priceless stuff. Hello, sir. That's priceless stuff. Like I don't know of anywhere else you can get something like that. This girl, they'll stop. They always respect me. Thank you. They're so nice. They always stop here. Bacolod, I felt like I was running for my life. Coop says, I know, brother, just having fun. Cool King says, Tagalog is the national dialect, so I think it's better to learn. Yeah, I've heard that, but see, I don't know if I'm smart enough to juggle that many dialects. I wish when I was younger and I was in school in the States, we were forced to learn languages at a very young age. Because that's the time when you see all these young children, they learn all these multiple languages at a young age. they absorb everything like a sponge. I wish they would have forced that when I was a kid. I wish they would have done that. You know, I don't know how they would have figured out which languages they would have taught you, but at least then I would have learned, you know, it would have been nice to learn more than just English at a young age. When you see these children here learning English, Messiah, Tagalog, Ilonggo, or whatever dialect it is. I know the Kamusta Ka and the Mabuti. I say that. That's a little more well-known. I should talk, I only know Ilocano. Yeah, it's just one of those things where I wish they would have taught us more as a child. For me in the States, I would have benefited from something like that. Purple Mons 30 Rhythm says, Cebu. I'm in Dumaguete, Philippines. Dumaguete, Philippines. Is it dangerous after dark? I've walked after dark. I was okay, but I was paying attention to my surroundings too. I didn't just walk through careless, carefree, but I went through some, I don't know, probably places you shouldn't walk through late at night, but that didn't happen often. The only reason I was walking through a place late at night is because I had went to a bar, which I don't drink, with my friend Corey and his wife and her sisters, and the girls wanted to be silly and dance. This is months ago, and then I walked home because I don't like taking a tricycle. I walk everywhere. I didn't care, so I'm walking back, and it was like after 1 a.m., pretty late. Hey, and I was walking through places, and they just looked at me and smiled at like 1 o'clock in the morning. They didn't even care. You know, they were just like happy to, maybe they were shocked to see me walking so late at night. I don't know, but it was funny. Yeah, I say Mabuti. Yeah, not Mabuto, which I don't even want to remember. Jim Miller says, well, it's 2 a.m. here and I need to go to sleep. I hope to join you again because I've really enjoyed this. Well, I appreciate you enjoying it. I enjoy it because of you guys. And, well, heck, what time we at? We're in 132 minutes, which is about my time anyway. So with that being said, as I always say, I'm gonna probably end this live stream. I need to go get more water. I probably need to get a small little coffee. But thank you, Jim Miller or Jay Miller. Purple says, oh, I have a real brother there somewhere. He's been there 15 to 20 years now. Isabel said, Jesus loves you, don't forget. I know Jesus loves me, and I don't forget. Sleep well. But anyway, each and every one of you guys, thank you for your sacrifice, your support during my daily walks. I keep doing it because I walk anyway, but I continue to do it even more with the live stream because not only do you guys show return, but new people continue to join. And that's one heck of a community. Thank you for the 2020-26, the gift, Jay Miller. Thank you. God bless you. I appreciate it. And again, this community is growing. I'm blessed and thankful to have that. That's why, right up there, that's why. For me, anyway, that's how I feel. And I'm blessed, thankful. Hey, thankful for all that. It's overwhelming. You know, sometimes it's so hard. I just want to say enough just to let you guys know how much this means to me. Sometimes you guys leave me speechless. Hey, you guys leave me speechless all the time. And the community's just growing. So Rick Wallace, hey, keep coming back, my friend. Your presence means more to me than anything. All you guys, thank you so much. Have a great night, good evening, good afternoon, good morning, or wherever you're at in the world. I hope to see you guys again. You know I'll be back. I always do. Around the same time, same place, same time. Daily walk, daily grind. Use it or lose it. Take care. Be safe. I love all you guys. Thank you. Peace, love, happiness. See you guys later.